A lot of times in life, we think that by covering things up and no one being able to see it, everything will be okay. Well, let's talk about it. Covering things up. Hello, and welcome to Friday's edition of Workflow Devotion with Darrell and Arlene. I'm Dr. Darrell Gadsden. I pray you had a wonderful week. I pray, as always, that God is pouring into your life, that everything that you need is being provided for you. Even when trouble comes, you can see your way through because of the faith that you have. Well, today we're going to be talking about a topic that a lot of people seem to go through. And the statement is that anything that's covered up cannot heal. Anything that's covered up cannot heal. Sometimes we run into situations that we put ourselves in, but when we start to cover it up, it's hard to heal it. If you've got a sore and they patch it up, they wrap it up, they put ointment on it, at some point that sore starts to get a scab on it. But the scab can't come until it's uncovered. Anything that's covered up cannot heal. We're going to be talking briefly about Cain and Abel. So if you go to Genesis, the 4th chapter, verses 1 through 16, I believe it is, you'll find the story there where Cain was upset that Abel's gift to God was received. So what Cain did after being upset, Cain went out, took his brother out in the field, and he murdered his brother. And then he left his body out there thinking that if I leave it, if no one can find him, I won't have to worry about it. So what Cain thought was that by leaving his body out there, no one would know anything about it. So what happened? God now comes to Cain and says to Cain, your brother's blood is crying out to me from the ground. In other words, you have not covered up anything. And because of what you've done, now you must pay a penalty for it. Well, he did not kill Cain, but what he did do is he banished him from the area and banished him from himself. And Cain now says that your punishment for banishing me is greater than the crime that I created. He literally thought that by covering up his brother's death, it was less than what he had actually took everybody through, the loss of a son, because of his own pride. So the penalty to Cain was that he would be a vagabond, that he would be an outcast. And anyone that Cain says, well, if anyone sees me and they find out about this, they're going to kill me. And God then made a decree, anybody that kills Cain will suffer. So now Cain now has been ostracized by God. He's been put out from among the people of God. Now, that's what happens when we try to cover up sin. Anything covered cannot heal. In order to heal your situation, in order to heal the issues that come up in your life, whether it was a child that you really hadn't planned on, whether it was a relationship that you probably should not have been in, anything that's covered up cannot heal. So if you want to heal those things that are covered in your life, in order to heal them, you need to uncover them. And then you have to deal with the consequences of uncovering them. You know, when you have a sore and you pull the bandages of the sore off, a lot of times there's some pain in there by removing the bandages. But the blessing is that once it's uncovered, the scab can now build on top of it. And when the scab is built, now underneath is able to heal. And once the healing takes place, the scab comes off. Now, uncovering those things that are in your past sometimes hurt. Sometimes they just don't feel all that good. But the Bible tells us that God will never leave you. He'll never forsake you. And all things work together for the good. So believe in him and he will set you free. Well, to God be the glory. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And if this video is helping you out, then help someone else out that's having a issue that's similar to covering up and not releasing the pain so that the healing can take place. See you Monday. Bye. Anything covered cannot heal. Uncover it, that the healing process may start. God said, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. Let him heal it for you.